Hi, BBs. I'm G, the host of Settle Down for What podcast, where we talk about settling. What is settling? Is settling good or bad? What's worth settling for? I really want to have conversations with people about this. It's a topic that I think about a lot. It's something I question myself for so many things. I want to hear from people on what they think settling is, if they think settling is a positive or negative thing, if they have settled, and what's worth settling for. I also think of settle down for what as just like an expression of who I am and who we all are and who we're all meant to be. Because settle down for what? Like, I'm gonna be me. Like, period. I just yeah, the little play on words. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that. I haven't really talked about it much. Um, but definitely a play on words there. Couple different meanings and also whatever you think it means. I love that. I love things that like aren't super clear because it leaves room for interpretation and I love that. Um Today I wore and am wearing a workout jumpsuit. Um I've never worn one before. I've never bought one before. I've literally never owned one before. And like I I've obviously seen girls wear them and usually their bodies are really nice and then I'm like comparing myself and like, I shouldn't wear that cuz da 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 da. But nah. Nah. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. We're not letting those thoughts spiral and we're not letting them win. We're not letting the lies win. Okay? So let's just start there. Let's start strong this episode, okay? Um Reality is, yes, I've gained weight. And if I'm being super honest, which I really don't want to be, but here we are and I'm going to say it, I got on the scale this morning and I don't know why. I haven't done that in a long time. And man, yeah, I'm not like I'm okay. I'm okay. But I hate to even I feel embarrassed to even say it, but this is the reality. I've gained like 20 pounds since I don't even really know over the past couple years. And that is really, really, it's really hard for me to say. It's a little hard for me to accept, probably. But like, I don't feel like distraught over it. I don't feel wrecked. But like, probably if I thought about it a little deeper, I would probably be wrecked. But we're not going to do that. Um, but yeah, man, I bought this workout jumpsuit a couple weeks ago and I was like, I don't know if I would actually wear this like out in public. Like I am well, I was going to say I am a confident person. I think I am struggling with confidence right now, and that's okay. But I would overall say I'm a confident person, especially with my style, and I love to try different outfits and all this stuff. But when it comes to like things that really accentuate my body, I'm not really confident about that right now. Um yeah, just thinking about the past. Anyway, because I feel like I used to be. I used to be confident about like letting it all letting it all out. But it's sad because I think that was when I was a little thinner. But it's okay. Like I'm getting used to this new body. It does feel really new. I feel like I don't even know how it happened or when it happened. It feels bizarre. But like this is it. I am beautiful and I decided to wear this jumpsuit just to walk down the street to the store. Like it's yeah. So I'm really proud of myself. Um if you're not watching, you could see that my tatas are pretty out. So that's another thing that I don't feel totally comfortable with. Which some people might be very shocked to hear that. So what I was realizing when I was like thinking about all this is like 2 years ago I was like going out, dancing a lot, going out and like partying, and I mean it was really fun. And I was just yeah, I just was feeling super confident about myself at that time. And I did like to show off my body. And honestly, not even for like men. I just wanted to. Um, which I feel like a lot of people have a hard time believing that. And I know I've even judged people for like honestly, I probably judged people for wearing these workout jumpsuits. Like, girl, what are you doing all that for? But listen, everyone has their own reasoning, and mine is just I just want to feel good. And like I think that I look good in the jumpsuit. I do. So I decided to wear it today. And um I was a little nervous, yeah, just about my like chest being out, but it's funny cuz I wear like a crossover bag and it actually like kind of like covers my cleavage, which made me feel like way better about walking around. Um and yeah, I stepped out and I walked down this street near me in Brooklyn because I'm in Brooklyn now. Um, and I haven't really walked down that street yet. Like I've walked there's a there's like a I don't know what it's called, but like a pathway like by the water. I think I did I talk about this in the last episode? Or am I just making memories up, which is very possible. I yeah, so I've been kind of going on like that side of my neighborhood, and I haven't really gone to the other side where it's like a little more populated, um just like restaurants and stores and all that, and I loved it. Oh my gosh, it like I feel like it brought me alive. I'm like, this is why I wanted to move here. Just like so many different people, so diverse, so many different cultures, all of the the markets, like the food markets, and then there's clothing markets, and I was blown away. I was so like I don't even know the word, like I want to say inspired. I know that might sound weird, but like even just walking down the street and seeing just like a woman or man, I saw both, having a table set up with shirts and scarves and hats and bags and jewelry and sunglasses, and like I'm sure you can all picture it, right? Most of us have been to the city, New York City, or like seen footage of it, and that happens a lot. But there was something about this, I don't know, there's something about this time that I was like, wow, like good for these people. Like they really risk it, They get up every day and they set that up and they don't know if they're going to make a lot of money or not. Like that's awesome. Like that's the kind of like that's the kind of stuff that I love, and that's the kind of stuff I want to talk about on here, and that's the kind of stuff I want to talk to others about. Just like I feel like it is a part of not settling. It's like just taking risks. I think that's for me, that's what not settling is. Just taking risks. Um and I mean, I took a risk by moving to Brooklyn without a job. Um and it's just been so cool. Like don't get me wrong. I have really hard moments and I cry hard and I sulk and I question everything and think I'm the worst human ever and make the worst decisions. I'm like, I definitely have those moments. But then, like, I'll have a moment like this where I just, like, for me, it's getting outside. Like, that just sparks joy in me. And then seeing people, and that sparks joy in me. And I know that maybe some people are not going to relate to that because I know that we're in this kind of time where people don't like people. I hear that a lot, and that I'm not judging. There are definitely times where I don't want anything to do with people or I don't want to be around people. But honestly, I don't know, like walking around and seeing other and just having other people around me feels good for me. That doesn't necessarily mean I always want to be engaging with people. So I think that's for me, that's like what it is. I just love seeing people outside. Yeah, so I just got out there and did my thing and I felt amazing. I felt so amazing. Like I really feel like it is the little things for me. I know that's like a cliche saying or whatever, but I really do feel like it's the little things for me. I just like I've realized, yeah, I realized that recently because sometimes I think I need something like really grand and big to feel something. And then like I'll just go and like sit at like a new cool looking coffee shop for like an hour and be like, "Oh, I'm good." Like I don't know, I just need like a little spark of something and then like it holds me over for a bit. Is that toxic? Is that good or bad? I don't really know. Let me know in the comments, honestly. I don't know. I don't know. Now that I'm saying it out loud, I feel like kind of crazy. So, but yeah, like if I'm being honest, as I'm getting older, it's almost harder to do like to do things, if that makes sense. Or like be out for like an extended period of time. It depends on what I'm doing, I guess. But like, yeah, I've just noticed there's some moments where I'm like, I need to like go out and do something, and then I'll like plan this whole day, and then I'm like, wait, I'm exhausted. Like now I'm just like getting so tired. Like I don't need to be doing all this. And so I've been trying to like really be aware of like that moment that I feel satisfied, like when I'm out, and then be like, I'm good. Like I don't have to keep going. Like I'm good. It's kind of like I'm thinking of drinking. I don't know if anyone can relate to this, but like yeah, I feel like it's just easy to go overboard with stuff because when you feel good, you just want to feel that even more. Um, or for me at least, but I do think that that's a common thing for people. But I'm just trying to find that like sweet spot, um, and just like listen to it and then like just and move forward. Like yeah, I went for I was probably out for like I don't know a little over an hour, and it was great. And now I'm like okay, now I can come inside and like I just had some stuff to do for my photography business and honestly, I was feeling myself so much that I took some videos of myself today. So I kind of want to like I didn't get to it yet, but I want to edit those and make some content. Um and like for me that's not settling. So I think that like not settling doesn't have to be this big thing, but it can be and it is in a lot of ways. But I think like there are moments every day where we can choose not to settle, like just by little choices that we make. Um, so yeah, that's why I really like I like the name of this podcast because I feel like it's pretty diverse. I think maybe at first I was like, oh no, I feel like it's like not a niche, but like there's like not that much to talk about. And then no offense to others, but some people like just like by asking me like, oh well, like what are you gonna talk about? And what do you like what's it gonna be about? And I'm just like, like why does it have to be so like um like zoned into one thing? But I don't know if that's maybe I don't know, maybe podcasts do have to be like that to get big. I'm not sure. I really don't know and I don't care because as we all know, and if you've listened to me before, I really have a hard time with like fitting into just like a box. So um yeah, we're gonna talk about all the different aspects of settling and way more stuff too. Because honestly, I haven't really talked much about settling anyway, but mostly because there's only so much you can talk about it by yourself. So that's why, again, just like when I have guests on, it'll be it'll be cool conversation. Um, man, I still haven't gotten really good at like taking notes about what I want to talk about, but there was one thing that kept like it kept coming to mind. Do you guys think like this? Like, I don't know if it's just me, so I might sound crazy. I almost think in like, oh my gosh, how do I explain this? I think I've said this before. Like, I think in poems a lot, and I also think in like almost like a movie script kind of way, or like a book or like a headline. I don't, it's I don't know. It's really strange, but like if I have an idea to talk about on here, like it's like almost like in my head, like I see it in big like letters, like a headline. But then I don't write it down. So I mean, it's just a headline in my brain. But yeah, one that I've been thinking about a lot lately is like, do we know too much? Just like in general, like as a society. Like, dude, I cannot believe the stuff I see on Instagram. Like, it is the biggest range of things, and it's probably just a teeny bit of what's even on the internet, like because obviously all of our algorithms are curated to like what we usually like and watch. But bro, like, dude, they'll hit me with something random, and like sometimes it's like kind of scary or like a negative thing or like, yeah, like something scary, and then I'm sitting there like trying to I'm like scared and watching. And like why am I still like just like why am I watching it? Like just swipe. But I can't. Like I can't, and I have to like finish the story like real scary stuff like murders and kidnappings and shootings. Oh no, not shootings, but like, yeah, there's just crazy random stories like oh, parents died in the rip current in Florida while their 6 children were trying to save them. I'm like, what the hell? Like, and then I'm so invested because it's just crazy. This is how they get you. Because anything that's crazier than your own life, I feel like you're always going to be a little like drawn to when it comes to like content or like shows, movies, and news. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely horrible. And then because I watched that, then 2 scrolls later, this child died from this, and I'm like, dude. And then I scroll, and then there's something hilarious, and I'm cracking up, and then I scroll again, and it's something really beautiful or a poem that makes me cry. I feel insane sometimes when I'm on the internet, and I'm like, there's no way this can be healthy. Like to go through so many emotions in like the shortest time span. I can't remember if I've talked about this before because it feels like I have, unless I've just had this conversation with somebody else or just had a conversation with myself in my head. Um, but if I'm repeating myself, you're SOL. Okay, so like, but yeah, dude, like just knowing way too much. I don't need to know that this person in like Georgia got kidnapped. Like I don't like and then know of like, and that is so right. It's so sad. It is so sad. Don't get me wrong. I really feel deeply, which I think is probably why this stuff affects me so much because I do feel deeply. So it's like I am so sorry to these families, but I don't need to add that to my plate. I really don't. And like just random shit like I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Like I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Random ass shit on the internet. that you're just like, how the F did this pop up on my feed? And why am I still watching it? Dude, like ASMR stuff like is so weird. Like we are a weird species. 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 For like liking that kind of stuff. I like some of them. So I'm talking about myself. But it's like kind of creepy. Like what are we talking about? What are we talking about? I just can't believe how many things are even a thing. I cannot believe how many things are a thing. I feel like I'm having a conversation. This is like a conversation me and my friend Amanda would have. She was on my podcast. Um, we would either like just send a Marco Polo of our thoughts to each other, or we'll just go on a rampant about this because like it's just crazy and there's too much. There's just too much, like too much of everything. Too much. So you know what? That's that on that. I don't know what else to say. I just know that it's too much, and I know that I'll still continue to watch it all. Another thought that I just had, well, that I've had like prior, but it just came to me, which I'm really happy about because I feel like I'm always like, I forget what I was gonna talk about. I didn't really plan anything, da da da, which I didn't. But freaking motivation and discipline, and how they're two different things, but you need to like integrate them to like be successful. That's the realization that I've come to. I know that I know that I have motivation like right now. I'm about to really like I'm about to expose myself because I didn't plan to do the podcast now. I mean, I think you guys all know by this point. I don't It's not usually planned. I just do it when I feel motivated. So that's kind of what I'm stuck on right now. Well, I think I've always been, but yeah, actually I don't even want to say stuck on. I think that's just where I'm at right now is just like being able to create content when I feel like it. And I know it's probably not the best, and I know that's probably not, yeah, like gonna set me up for success, but I think it's I think it's a good place to start, and I know that I'm aware, so I need to just learn how to start integrating that discipline because I feel like that's what helps when you're not feeling motivated, right? Um yeah, man. I don't know. Like I don't know if this I don't think it's I was gonna say I don't know if it's boring, but I don't even care because I don't think it's boring. That's why I'm freaking talking about it. I just like I don't know why I get paranoid that it's gonna be boring. I think because I think Crystalia has like impacted me like with that a lot, which I need to just like I need to just let that thought go because I think it's toxic. I think he's a people pleaser and I am too, which is probably why I've held on to it so bad. Because he'll always be like, he'll make a joke, like he'll be talking about a story and I'll be like, so boring. Like he'll just like feel like he's boring, but I don't even usually agree. Like we're just chatting. It's a podcast. Like there's gonna be like interesting stuff, and not interesting stuff throughout one episode. I don't think you can talk about something super cool the entire time. Um, so I feel like, yeah, I feel like people watch podcasts because they like the person. So it's like, even if the person is being a little boring, like usually the listener doesn't really care if they're showing up because they like the person. That's how I feel. I feel like I would listen to Chris D'Elia talk about just about anything except for movies. I kind of hate when he talks about movies, but that's just me because I'm just not interested. I don't know. 9 times out of 10, I did not see the movie he's talking about, and I'm just like, okay, now I'm checked out. Um, and I can't remember if I brought this up, but I was watching Veronica and Kyle's podcast called Nevermind, and they were doing like the Enneagram test. You guys have heard of Enneagram, I'm sure. It's like a personality test or whatever. And they like literally took it like on the like when they started talking about doing the test, I thought they were gonna say like, oh, we did it already and here's our results, or I thought they were gonna be like, yeah, let's do the test, and then like cut out the part that they were like answering the questions. Um, because when they started like going through all the questions, you know how those tests are like, you know, do you feel like your friends would say you're the da da da, or do you feel like you're na na na? And they started going through the questions, and I kind of like, I kind of cringed for them because I'm like, no, guys, why are you doing this? Like it's forced. Maybe a new listener, I feel like it would be so boring to listen to. But again, like I like them, so like I still watched it, and I think they're just them. But I did see someone comment like, I feel like, oh man, they were like, I feel like Veronica and Kyle forget that like people are listening sometimes. And it is kind of like harsh to say that, and it is kind of true, but I think that's what I like about it. And I think that's kind of the vibe I'm going for. Like, I'm not going to sit here and try to please everyone. Like, are you kidding me? Dude, I would be I would be depressed. Like, no. I also feel like I've just tried to do that for years. Obviously not on a podcast, but just in general. Just like trying to be for everyone. And I'm like realizing, learning, and totally accepting that I'm not for everyone. And I actually love that now. That used to like really upset me and give me anxiety, and I just wanted everyone to like me. Like I want literally like I'm not kidding. Like I wanted anyone that would ever have an interaction with me or even see me or or like see my Instagram or see anything just like me. Like that's kind of weird. Um so yeah, I'm like, you know what? I'm for sure going to talk about boring stuff on here, and I don't really care. Like I'm here because I'm me. And if you don't like me, then you don't have to watch. Period. Um yeah, man. Like doing this podcast has been so fun for me. It's been therapeutic in a lot of ways. Sometimes I feel like I should like I should just do this and not even post it because it's just like just me getting stuff out, which feels really good for me. Um no, but I like posting it, and I like inviting others in to my world, into my thoughts, just into my meanness. Um, what else? What else, babies? I'm trying to see how long I've been recording. I think this is the other like maybe like not so great part about me just solely like going off of feeling is because now all of a sudden I'm starting to feel really woozy because I haven't really ate in a while. So, because I didn't really prepare to be doing a podcast, but honestly, like I was feeling it, and then I was also like, you know what? Like I have been kind of like wanting to record, but if I'm being honest, it has been so hot in New York and New Jersey. I do not do well in the heat. And I'm really sad about it. I'm not going to lie. I always thought I was like fine with it. I always thought I could be like a cool, I don't know, like a cool girl that likes the heat. That doesn't make sense. But I I actually hate it. And I hate that I hate it. I just want to be fine with it. I want to be like, yeah, it's like 90 degrees today. It's chill. Like, no, it actually makes me hate everything and myself and everything. Mind you, I obviously don't have central air in a New York City apartment. So I have my freaking AC thing that I have that I feel like is not even working well lately. And I don't know if it's just because it's too hot for it to like cool down the apartment or if it's just starting to not work. But all that being said, it's super loud, the AC unit that I have. In my head, like I I don't think I can record while it's on because I think it'll be too much of a loud noise in the background. But maybe I should test it out because imagine if it wasn't that loud, I would definitely record more. Yeah, because I'm like, dude, on so we're having a heat wave or whatever supposedly, but I'm like, isn't a wave like a wave is like 1 day, 2 days maybe 3 max. But I'm like, weather app says 90s all week, so that doesn't feel like a wave to me. Like I don't. They should change the name of that. Um, but today it's not as bad. It's a little tiny cooler, and there's a lot of wind going on. So I was like, you know what? Out of all days, let me choose today. Turn off the AC and do a little potting. Potting. Um. Oh my gosh, let me drink water, man. But yeah, I am, well, as of, what's today? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Sorry, I'm looking at my calendar. Oh, no. Okay. As of Monday of next week, I'm officially unemployed. Hey, hey, hey. Who wants to help me out? Who wants to help me out? Sugar daddy, just kidding, just kidding. Maybe I'm not sure. But nonetheless, no, that didn't make sense. I always want to say like a cool transition word. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So, dude, I'm loving life. I don't even care. I don't even care. And I say that mainly because I do have other types of stuff that I do on the side that I do make money with. So, I'm not like I'm okay. Um and I don't know. I feel something brewing. I feel like something's happening and I'm really excited about it. But then I also know like the minute I get a job, that feeling is going to go away. So I'm actually terrified of that. So I'm just trying to enjoy this now and just try to figure out a way to make income without having to get a job. And no, I don't mean OnlyFans at all. Definitely not. Um, but yeah, obviously, if you don't know, I'm an entrepreneur, so photography, and selling some clothes, and Justine, who was on the podcast, who owns Divine Coffee. I've been working for her a lot, and it's just been really fun. And um, so yeah, something's happening, and things are good. And I probably feel like I always want to make things so extreme. I don't know, just feels better. So I'm just gonna say it. I'll probably like never not take risks when it comes to like money and jobs. Um, at the same time, like, are there moments where I'm really upset and I'm like, I just wish I had something secure and like just know I'm making a certain amount of money per whatever. Yes, but I always find myself my unhappiest when I have jobs like that. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm excited though. Whatever does happen, I know it's just a part of my path and I'm really excited about it. Um yeah, man, stay excited. That's how I'm gonna leave off today. Stay excited. I know it's hard and I'm not always excited, but I don't know, do something. Do something that's gonna excite you. Like sometimes it feels so hard for me to like do just like a little thing that'll just like make me happy. I don't know. I just have a hard time like doing stuff for myself. Um, but we gotta cut that out. Like, gotta take care of ourselves. We have to, yeah, man, do something that excites you. Even if it's really small or big. Maybe you can do something big. I don't know. I don't know your situation. So yeah, cool. I'm excited. I'm really hungry though. I'm really lightheaded. So I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here because I'm feeling crazy. Why am I like this? Guys, thanks for coming. Let me let you go.